up against REIN10. That is a big game in itself.
Yeah, it's a huge, huge game. New York City Chris, obviously you can see him there repping and representing the New York City football kit.
He's a winner as well. He did lose to Gastella in that, was it Vancouver final, in the division final in the end, but he did win his PlayStation side and he did go
meant he were in Berlin.
to Berlin for the grand final. I think he got grouped there. And his opponent as well, REIN10, another fantastic player, reached the knockout stages again in Berlin. He also did take, I believe, was it the Mexican visa qualification process as well, which in itself is a very big journey for him.
Very similar to Spider Kong. He had to win a tournament before he did qualify for this tournament. It once again proves he's a winner. You can see there, look how focused he is, look how he looks comfortable in that surrounding. Both players definitely stare into the screen, and I'm expecting very, very big things from this game. But enough talking, let's jump right into this huge, huge clash.
Pretty simple. It's America versus Mexico. And it should be a very interesting spectacle. We can just see the teams here. Very narrow. As expected, we're looking at Mexico, I believe, here.
Yeah, so one thing that straight away has it's just not surprised me, but yeah, surprised me, that's the word. Manolas playing centre-back, 86 rated. The Greek player is also playing the FUT birthday, 84 rated Abate at right-back, 94 pace. Very, very well-rounded card. So once again, different variety. That's what I like to see in FIFA. Players using what they feel most comfortable with. We are on the PlayStation, so no legends are going to be in use. So you need to substitute some of the legends out for normal players. So you're going to see, you can see there, Luka Modric, rarely used on Xbox, very, very used quite a lot on PlayStation.
Here he comes now with Suarez, not going to take the low driven. Oh, lovely little showback for him there. Still in possession with it now. Suarez, penalty. No, that's going to be waved away.
Referee.
He's choked at the...
Could we say a bottle job?
I don't know if you saw it, Rich, but he is playing... REIN10 is playing Ramos at CDM. So
yeah, he's playing teammate Sergio Ramos at CDM. He started in the 4-3-3.
He's a player that can play CDM, though. For me, it's like a David Luiz can do it. Marcelo, you have to.
Great dribbling, great passing, good pace, good defending, good physical, very, very well-rounded. I think he's 6 foot. He's got high attacking, medium defensive work rates, aggression, composure, pretty much everything.
There'll be a chance for New York City, Chris, and there we go. A little fist bump in the air. He knows that that's a big goal for him. And that's his first goal he has scored in this competition. He drew the first game 0-0. So if anything, that's a little bit of a breather for him. He could right, I've got a goal now. Now let's go. You can see the replay there.
10 minutes.
Suarez. That's the finishing he can provide.
Yeah, from the penalty spot, Suarez is not going to make any mistake there. Fires it home with a left foot into the top left corner, and Luis Suarez, who else but that team of the year, Luis Suarez, to score a goal.
And that is the deadlock broken in that game. Of course, we're giving you full coverage for all the other games in action. There is another game as well that is on the main stage over on the Xbox side of things. Valero up against Janos from Colombia. I think there's been an action there. We'll head over to that one soon. And that effort wasn't really troubling anyone from Modric there.
Yeah, Luka Modric there with the effort. And it's going back to Luka Modric, we saw some fantastic goals from Luka Modric.
He's a good attacking player.
About a week ago in Sweden for the Gothia E-Cup, the best under-18 Swedish players. Modric, fantastic goal there.
And let's go and see the goal that did break the deadlock in the other game. It was Janos with it. As you can just see there, Hullet with the goal. And that kicked off things for the man from Colombia.
Yeah, running away in celebration. Ruud Hullet doing what he does best.
It's going to be a chance. Nainggolan, low driven, cuts back to Messi. And we're all square here. That was a very clever goal. I was expecting low driven to the back post. Played inside and a cheeky ear celebration there. I can't hear you anymore, Chris.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a low driven or a driven pass there. I think it was the driven pass.
Sorry, yes.
Back to Lionel Messi, sliding, just gets his foot on it and does what he does best, slots it home. 1-1, 17 minutes gone. I said we were going to get a juggernaut game, a massive clash, and this is what I expected. Goals, goals, goals. Both of these players are unbelievable at the game. They're not here just to sit down and go one goal's enough. They're here to take everything.
They're here to entertain and perform, and there's a reason why there's 32 of the best players here. 16 from Xbox, 16 from PlayStation, and
what Ronaldo pass that was.
Was that Marcelo or was that David Luiz that cut that one out? I think he just jumped in front of it. It was one of the Brazilians, though, that did do a job there. And remember, this is PlayStation Group 1 action underway. Second game in this group. Remember that each player is playing 7 games in it. And if any of the Twitch chat is wanting AA9 skills, unfortunately cannot be at the event today. Up here, he's maybe suffering some issues, so wish him all the best. And if you're wondering why each game is a 2-0 loss for him, that is because he is not here, and we do pass on our best regards to him. Yeah,
definitely. Unfortunately, cannot attend, but the show must go on, as Queen once said. Freddie Mercury, the show must go on, and that's what's happened.
And it is currently 1-1 in this game. New York City, Chris in possession now. Casemiro into Dele Alli. Just tried to feed that one through to Messi. He's going to just get his back turn to goal. They're going to try and create away. Dele Alli on the half turn. Casemiro, and every time I see Casemiro in front of a striker, I do get worried, because I've seen him score maybe once or twice, but other than that, for me, he just panics there.
Yeah, he seems to be the Alan Shearer almost, the Gary Lineker of Ultimate Team. He gets forward, he'll only score from inside the 6-yard box. Whenever you see Casemiro score, it's from 3 to 4 yards, just tapping in.
And there has been another goal in the off-screen game between that man again, Janos with the goal. Ronaldo, lovely little finish, outside of the boot, and that's 2-0 to the Colombian. Perfect start for him there.
Yeah, very, very comfortable there from Janos, and we did say coming into this tournament, we thought he was going to be one of our favourites in that PlayStation side of things, and what a tournament he's going to have.
Yes, he's a very, very strong Colombian. I think there's maybe one of the only Colombians here, but again, representing the whole nation on his shoulders, and he's doing exceptionally well, especially in the FUT Champ setup as well.
Yeah, you talk about representing the whole nation. Let's see if he can do better than...
Oh, Modric there with a finesse, but...
What Kurt did at the Munich qualifiers. We talked about he was representing Malta. Unfortunately, he crashed out of the tournament at the semi-final stage, but can Janos represent Colombia proudly and clinch one of those spots?
He's got every single chance to be at that grand final. There's 8 places, which is double what the rest of the world did have, and it's all broken down on rankings, etc. Of course, Europe take the most, and it goes down from there due to the amount of players that play the game and the level that it is at.
He's in a very tough group, though, over on the Xbox side of things, Janos. You've got Alexander, fantastic player. You've got Filthy, who we just saw in action. Spider-Com.
Marbs as well, fantastic player as well.
Yeah, everybody at this tournament is exceptional for a reason. The game.
They are here for a reason. Here's Ronaldo now for that man, for REIN10. He just dink it in, no he can't. And that was Thibaut Courtois off his line there, just to shove out a leg to say, no thank you, this game is still going to stay at 1-1.
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois, we see him used in goal more frequently now. Previously it was De Gea or Neuer.
Well, your 2 go-to Premier League keepers, it's De Gea or Courtois.
But we see Courtois because he gets the strong link to David Luiz. So
Azpilicueta, if he's in there.
If you're going to put Kante in the team, you need to put David Luiz in the team. You're looking at Marcos Alonso possibly as well. So
Kyle Walker at right back.
It's all about finding the chemistry on PlayStation without using, because you can't use a Ruud Gullit, Patrick Vieira or a Rio Ferdinand to get chemistry.
That's, well, true enough. I've seen Van der Sar a few times in action, but other than that, it's normally a 95 David De Gea. Last chance for him before the half-time whistle goes, and that one will just go out for a goal kick. And a corner ball. It took a deflection. Here it comes. Messi into the front post. Flick on, and Courtois there just punches it over the bar.
From Thibaut Courtois there, fizzed into that front post where Ronaldo.
And he goes again, just to the edge. So that'll be half-time. As the referee should blow up. No, he's not. He's going to play one more attack. Modric, Suarez to get the first goal, and there goes the half-time whistle at 1-1 there.
Yeah, probably what we expected coming into this game, Brandon. The stats very, very even. Chris slightly edging it, 55% possession to REIN10's 45% possession.
For me, these 2 were my favourites to get out of this group. Remember, there is 4 places, of course, but the 2 favourites for me were these 2 guys, because they are exceptionally good, and there's the reason why they are here.
We talked about stats. The main stats that you need to take into consideration is goals. Goals win games.
Goals win your games. You can have possession. Talk about this all the time. You get your average football fan that goes, we had 70 possession today, but we lost the game. Well, because it doesn't matter possession. It's the scoreline that counts. You can have 25% possession. You had 1 chance, you scored your goal, and you defended well.
That's what matters at the end of the day, and I want to see maybe a change come out of one of these 2 at half-time, whether it be New York City Chris maybe going to a more, maybe matching up his opponents. He took the lead, but then I think REIN10 slightly took the advantage in that end of the first half.
Of course, it wasn't just those 2 games underway. There was another 6 in action. So let's head over to Jump to see what's going down.
It might only be round 2, but that doesn't mean that intensity levels are extremely high right now. And I think intensity is pretty much the only word to describe what we're seeing right now. Now, we have the 3-0 right here. Nico Karp is definitely feeling the frustration. We saw the excitement earlier from the games that were popping up, but definitely not feeling the mark right here. And as you can see from the rest of the matches in Group 1 and 3 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, it seems fairly close across the board outside of that bottom match. So we're going to make sure that we keep you guys updated. Don't forget, we want to know what you guys are feeling at home. Hashtag FIWC Americas, and let us know who you feel is going to take home the crown and book their ticket to London. So with that, we're going to kick it right back over to the guys to get back in the action.
Thank you, Jump. And as saw there, lots of draws. 5 of the games were tied, either at 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, but it's still early stages. We're not going to see any winners or group winners just yet. But we are underway in this second half now. 1-1 is the score. This is this is PlayStation Group 1 action, and this is round 2 of the fixtures. Both these players, you know, they're still warming up, you could say. Is it a warming up process, or is it just nerves?
Yeah, you also need to think as well, you talk about warming up, this might be the first day that these players have arrived in LA. They've had to travel.
They're still soaking up the Hollywood sign and Universal Studios before they can crack them with their FIFA action.
But there is business to be doing here, and we are in the second round of fixtures here at the FIWC American qualifiers.
Here we go, this could be a chance now for New York City. Chris Modric there!
What a save from Thibaut Courtois.
The reason why Courtois is in that goal, because he's tall, he's big, and he can make the big save. Ball comes into the box there, Ronaldo tries to flick the one to the back post, and Ramos will clear that one.
I think we saw a change come out of New York City, Chris. I think it was Ousmane Dembele coming on.
And there we go, Courtois again.
So look for him to make an impact on the game. Great pace, great shooting, great dribbling. 5-star skill, 5-star weak foot. Ousmane Dembele, what a card he is in the game for New York City, Chris.
He does get goals, and he comes out of nowhere at times. So interesting to see what influence he can have on the game. You can just see him there, interchange, Modric, finesse, surely, and there we go. Chris is back in front, and it's 2-1 with a superb finish. Modric won't miss in that one. Looks like he's having a fit on the floor, but there's the goal.
Yeah, he started the second half so strongly, New York City, Chris. Pretty much all him straight from the kickoff. The first half, he went in the same sort of pattern. New York City, Chris, came out the more aggressive of the two players in the first half. So let's see if REIN10 can claw his way back into the game like he did in the first half.
I said that Luka Modric's card was fantastic when attacking. He can be in the right places. He's 96 rated card for a reason. And New York City, Chris, is back in front. 2-1. Perfect time to score a goal just as that second half kicks off. The confidence it gives you. But REIN10 now has to get a goal. He has to jump back, and he has to respond quickly. Otherwise, time's going to go on, and that's when New York City, Chris, is going to get suited to the game. He's going to slow things down. He's going to make fouls.
Maybe go to defensive, ultra defensive. We see players swap to the 5 at the back. We saw TAS recently in a couple of events online, starting with the 5 at the back, getting comfortable with the 5 at the back. We see players switch to it, ultra defensive, and just see out games very comfortably.
I'm not a fan of even defensive, because it's inviting so much more pressure onto you. Next thing you know, you're in trouble and you're just facing attack. But everyone has their own opinion, everyone has their own style. But for me, you know, if you're winning, don't change something. Get another goal, but that's going to be interesting. Does he sit back, or does he go and get another goal? Here comes Suarez now, surely, cheeky chip.
What a finish.
I didn't know if he's going to finesse that one, but there you go. You can see what it means to him. A little cheeky chip it was. Taps the badge, because he knows that Luis Suarez has put him by 3 goals to 1 up.
So, I want to talk about REIN10 there. Is he bringing the goalkeeper off the line? That's got to be a mistake. He's brought him off the line. It makes his mind up for him. If Courtois stays on his line there, Luis Suarez and Chris has got to make up his mind. It's almost like REIN10 has made up Chris's mind for him. You know what? I'll go bring the keeper off the line. You chip me. I don't know if I agree with that.
I felt like sometimes you bring the keeper out to bring on a shot, to force a shot, but there's a time and a place, and that wasn't the time for it.
Let's talk about unbelievable composure from Chris to be able to dink it over there.
He could have had a finesse there as well, but he went for the chip and it worked well for him. Will there be a response from REIN10 now? Surely. Modric went for the fake shot, low driven. No, he doesn't. He goes high, and Courtois will save that one, and again punches Ronaldo in the face, I think, and that will go out for a corner ball. Corner ball to come in now from Casemiro. Sorry, not Casemiro, from Marcelo. Plays short. No, he doesn't. He goes long into the big header, David Luiz, and that will be looping over the bar into the subs now. REIN10. We like subs. We like players that know when something's not going right.
So what he's done is put David Luiz into centre midfield. He's put Sergio Ramos back into centre back. I'd expect to see, Harry Kane. Wow, I think that's the first time we've ever seen Team of the Season and Harry Kane used at an event like this. I want to see how he makes an impact. You see Paul Pogba also come on, so a couple of the Premier League All-Stars coming on for REIN10, but let's see what Harry Kane can do.
Let's see if he can... there's always question marks over his pace, but there's a reason he's got the ratings he has, because he's a superb finisher of the ball. And
well, I think the Team of the Season card's got 85 pace, so it should be quick enough, given that he's brought him on as a substitute later on in the game. Kane,
here he comes now. Kane tried to do... Oh, he's done well there. And what a little interception with the foot of Courtois that was. It worked absolutely superb for him. Ball comes into the box there. That was Harry Kane involved in it. If he could have got Nainggolan on the edge of the box. No, it's not. Counter-attack for the other Nainggolan now. Marcelo into Suarez. Maybe just whip the ball out wide. Ousmane Dembele was through there. Maybe going to go high through ball. No, he's not. He's just going to slow it down. Maybe get players forward, keep possession.
Very comfortable, composed football here from New York City, Chris. He doesn't need to score again. He's got the 3-1 lead. He can
That's
keep
the most
the ball.
important thing. He knows that he doesn't have to score again, but it won't surprise me if he does try and get another goal. Nainggolan tried to chip that one through to Ronaldo. That one's going to be blocked, and here's a chance to counter-attack now for REIN10 down the other end.
Yeah, only as far as Sergio Ramos before the wall of Sergio Ramos gets in the way for New York City, Chris, and gets the ball back again. And this seems to be the sort of game that we've had in this second half. Very dominant performance from New York City, Chris, and REIN10 struggled to create anything in this second half of football.
It probably doesn't go without saying, 95% or 99% of people have Sergio Ramos in their team. If they can afford him, he will be there.
Yeah, and at this event, it doesn't matter if you can afford him. It's all about if you want the player, because every player is available for the players to use. It's all about... But you think if you've qualified at home...
Dembele there, and that was nearly 4-1.
If you've qualified at home without Sergio Ramos in your team, because you can't afford that Team of the Year card, now you're at the event and he's available, do you change what you change the
That's the point I wanted
status
to
quo?
talk about. I was going to say, is it a case of these players... This isn't going without saying, because they haven't... Every single player here isn't a top 10 in that 100, top 100. Maybe they'll get top 100 a month here, a month there. They won't get the amount of coins you do get from your monthly rewards. So these players are playing with players that they're not always used to playing. Here's a chance, Harry Kane, low driven. Courtois will just parry that one out.
What a performance this has been from Thibaut Courtois. Save after save after save. You've got to think if a couple of these chances would have gone in for REIN10, he might be kicking himself a little bit, because he could have got back into this game.
Both players are using Thibaut Courtois, but it's the case of who's Thibaut Courtois going to perform better, who's Suarez will perform better, and that is sometimes the case that separates these two, any two players. Oh, lovely ball, Ronaldo there, and there's your Courtois again down the other end, making a good save.
Yeah, it's all legs from Thibaut Courtois, it seems to have been this game. Some big saves from him. Corner going to be whipped in from Dembele on that left foot. Who's going to look for? Look
who's going to play short there. Ronaldo just glances that one and it goes all the way through. If there was a man at the back post, maybe that could have been a chance.
Yeah, and in the other game, it's still 2-0. Janos is leading 2-0. It's 2 early goals in that first half, and scoreline still as it is.
Indeed, and this game is 3-1. We'll be giving you a full update from all around the pitch of what's been going on down there, of the round 2 fixtures from both Group 1 and Group 3 of actions. Here we go, Suarez just in front there, maybe chance now, tries to cheeky chip him, and even Dembele can get on the end of that one.
Yeah, Courtois once again. But it doesn't really matter. 3-1, game over, 88th minute.
Dembele, surely this could be worse for him. Is David Luiz going to get on that one? No, he's not. It will be a Abate there, and surely just seconds left in this game, and it will be 3 points. Or be 4 on the board now for New York City. Chris drew the first game 0-0.
First win of the tournament.
First win, and his first goal scored in this game. Scored 3 of them, and 3 of the best it was up against REIN10, the Mexican. Both of my 2 favourites to get out of this group. But it'll be interesting to see how REIN10 can react now. Added time of 4 minutes to come, and that will be it.
Yeah, New York City, Chris, not only representing himself at the tournament, but representing New York City FC.
One of the only, or few teams, I think it's the only team, isn't it, from the MLS to be involved. Here we go, Harry Kane there, and surely referee, you should be blowing up now, because that is game over. Surely Ramos just clear up the ball, and there you have it. 3-1 win in the end for New York City, Chris. Still very calm and composed. He's got a big job to do still until he can get out of this group. Finish in the top 4, but that's 4 points on the board, and more importantly, he's still unbeaten.
He is still unbeaten, and he's not really conceding a lot of goals, is he? He's conceded 1 goal in the 2 games so far. but I think he's still one of the favourites in this PlayStation 4 group, and I think given the two performances we've seen from him so far, I think he's going to, given the results, he will be coming out of that group.
Defensively, he's
Very
conceded
solid.
1 goal.
Very solid.
You know, he's played very well, very solid indeed. Is it a case of because he's experienced the FUT champs in Berlin, he's played against some European players?
I think that's a great point.
Is that a reason why he's maybe a little bit, not better as such, but a little bit more well advanced? He's got a bigger toolbox.
I think the main thing is when you come to an event like this, as you've seen, the lights, the camera, the action, it's all about keeping composed and playing your best FIFA when you can. I talk about it. It's like if you're an actor, you can do your performances at your local theatre, fine, in front of 50 people. It's all about going.
Can you go to the big stage? Can you
Broadway, to the West End, and performing at the biggest stage when you've got thousands of people watching and judging your performance? And that's what this tournament is. There's people watching on Twitch. There's people looking on Twitter, analysing me and you, analysing everything that these players do. And New York City, Chris, 2 games.
We talk about it time and time again. Someone's told me about this before. I think it may have been a pro player in the scene. He said, at this level, it's not his ability. It's more the small decisions you make. You pull out your centre-half. Next thing you know, Ronaldo's in behind you. You've conceded the goal.
Yeah, let's have a look at the third goal that New York City, Chris, did score in this game. It was that lovely little delicate chip from Luis Suarez.
I don't know what happened there, because what came off the line for REIN10, and I have no idea what happened there. It was a case of either finesse it or go for the chip, but
Went for
it swings and roundabouts, and he got the chip away there, and it worked out well for him.
We want some salt or some tomato sauce with that chip. Let's see if he can perform like that in the rest of the tournament. 4 points. Could you say very comfortable going into the rest of the tournament? He's almost found his rhythm now.
Well, he's unbeaten, but let's go and head over to Jump, who is with that man right now.
Congratulations on that last win. Now, before we get into the victory that you just had, you did end up tying that first round. So what is it like being able to get a victory after that first round tie?
Well, it's pretty good. I mean, I didn't start well in the first game, but now I'm starting to get really in the flow of things, and yeah.
That's awesome. Now, you did end up with that 3-1 victory, but there's still a lot of matches left to be played. How are you kind of training yourself and making sure that you're ready for the grind for the rest of the day?
Well, it's all about the mentality. So you just have to stay focused and play my game. That's it.
Now, another really interesting thing, and it's something that the announcers kind of talked about, is, you're representing the New York City Football Club. What does it feel to represent such a prestigious club at something like the FIWC?
Well, it's an honor for me. This is a dream come true, and I'm just looking forward to play with them for more games and for more events like this, and yeah.
Now, you have some pretty stout competitors in your group. Who do you feel is going to be your toughest competition throughout the rest of the day?
I mean, everybody here is good. I'm not looking for someone, but everyone can beat anyone, so it's whatever.
Now, you make it through the day, you win your match tomorrow, you book your ticket to London and the grand finals. What would it mean to you to be able to have your ticket booked and have that chance to play for that $200,000 prize pool?
Well, it's crazy. I mean, that's the goal for everyone here, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Now, the final question for you, what in your mind motivates you the most coming to something like this? You're not in your home setup, you have to play, whether it be in those chairs on stage or in the chairs that you're having at the down in the pitch. What is it that's motivating you to really just push things forward throughout today?
Well, I just want to keep winning, basically. I mean, I never want to lose. I just want to keep winning, and yeah, that's it.
If you're not first, you're last, said Ricky Bobby. It's definitely what Chris is feeling over here. So we're going to kick it back over to the casters now because we've got a lot more games in store for you guys.
As you just heard there from that man.